Hello, this is Magbo speaking once again. And I just found out last night that Akira Toriyama just passed away. And I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty shocked. I was like, wow, he's only 68 years old and he's passed away due to some blood clot or something like that. A moment of silence requires. To be honest, I'm still trying to process this because, like, this is the man that made the Dragon Ball franchise. But not only Dragon Ball, but he also made Blue Dragon. He made Dragon Quest, Chrono Trigger, even Sandland, which is coming this year as an anime. Yes. And it's a very old manga from the 2000s. Yeah, so definitely gonna look forward to that anime when that comes out. So today, in honor of the passing of Akira Toriyama, I am going to be showing off every single game in my game collection that he has made. So, mostly Dragon Ball games, Dragon Quest, and Chrono Trigger. Like, very recently I made a Chrono Trigger shorts. Check it out if you want. And I guess let's get going. My very first game that Akira Toriyama has made was, well, basically the Dragon Ball Budokai series. I only have this one, to be honest, when it comes to Budokai. At that time, like, I did enjoy Budokai, but I wasn't actively collecting these games. And yeah, this really introduced me to Dragon Ball video games in the US. So, honestly, I don't have as much Dragon Ball games as I should. Me being a big fan, yes, Dragon Ball has introduced me to anime. And if it weren't for Dragon Ball, I wouldn't have experienced anime the same way as I do now. A lot of other inspiration came of it too, like One Piece, Naruto, Bleach, and many others that got inspired by Dragon Ball when they made their series, I believe. So yeah, this is the first game I'm gonna show. Dragon Ball. So, I'm gonna show you off a few more Dragon Ball games that I own. So, let's see. I'm gonna show off Dragon Ball Fighters right here, signed by Gene Torado. Yep, so this is pretty special to me. This is the launch edition of Dragon Ball Fighters. And I also got Dragon Ball Kakarot, which I used my points that I have accumulated for a while in a pawn shop, and I got this for free. Yes, I got this game for free. And I really want to check this game out at some point. I know it's also on Switch, but I don't mind playing it on PS4. Now, there are a couple crossover games as well. And then there's also Jump Superstars, which I showed off in the Japanese game collection. So here's a quick clip. I don't have it on me right now. I forgot it, but Goku is here with Naruto and Luffy right here. So Dragon Ball has some presence there. And also these two games, which are crossovers. There also has presence of Dragon Ball as well. I got quite a few Dragon Ball games for Switch, but let me show you Dragon Ball Evolution. This was not really made by Akira Toriyama, but since the Dragon Ball franchise as a whole was made by Akira Toriyama, I don't know if he had any involvement with this, to be honest. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not a hardcore Dragon Ball fan like I used to. But when I started getting into it, I was like all Dragon Ball, literally all the time. So here it is, guys. But let's count the games that does matter, shall we? We got Super Dragon Ball Heroes, a World Mission right here. This is like more of the Dragon Ball card game in action, I believe. I got Dragon Ball Xenoverse 1 and Xenoverse 2. I'm not sure if it's true, but I think that they still got DLCs for this to this very day. Many years later. It came out in 2006 for the PS4 and in 2017 for the Switch. Still bringing on content, so I really gotta get back to this at some point. And then we got Dragon Ball Xenoverse. So Xenoverse 1, Xenoverse 2, right here. Dragon Ball The Breakers. The one that I was very curious about because I believe you could play as villains there as well, if I'm not mistaken. And this was a very budget Dragon Ball experience. Like, it only costed me 20 bucks, to be honest. Okay, and I almost forgot to show you this. I also do own Dragon Ball Fusion, and this is one of the games I'm gonna be playing pretty soon to try it out, to see how good this whole creation thing of the Dragon Ball characters are. And I'll be honest with you, yeah, I'm gonna play this in the honor of Akira Toriyama as well. I'm gonna try to catch up with those Dragon Ball Super spin-offs as well and see what that's all about. Now let's show off some of the Dragon Quest games, because Akira Toriyama was also involved with the Dragon Quest series. I wish I had more games to show, but this is all I got so far. Dragon Quest IX, Sentinels of the Starry Sky. Pretty much my most favorite Dragon Quest game of all time, because you could create your own characters, you could give them your own class, and you could train them up a level, and you could customize your whole team. So here are some of the features for that. I also got Dragon Quest Monsters Joker as well. Dragon Quest 11, which is the S version. So this you could switch between 2D and 3D environments, which I really like how creative this thing is. Inspired also and created by Akira Toriyama. And another game that I've almost forgot to show you as well is Dragon Quest Rocket Slime. I played this before on the Ace card. I really enjoyed it. I still have this game sealed, and I bought it like pretty cheap back in 2021. Now it's like double the price. Eventually I want to play this again, but until I do play it again, it will stay sealed, so you never know what's gonna happen later on. Yeah, I'm glad to have this game as well, because I love the spin-off when it's all about the slimes, and I do love the slimes from Dragon Quest. Akira Toriyama sure knows how to make slimes. Akira Toriyama brought a lot of things to us. He made a lot of amazing stories, a lot of amazing characters, and one of my most favorite JRPGs of all time was created by Akira Toriyama. Chrono Trigger. Yes, this is also pretty pricey, as you saw the shorts. This game right here I need to play again. I need to play it through the end, because I never got to beat Lavos yet. Yeah, I need to get to this. So Chrono Trigger as well, right here. And I just bought recently Dragon Quest Monsters. I still don't know when I'm gonna play this, or if I'm gonna sell it later on, or whatever. It's still sealed and stuff. This is already a very rare game. So I do want to play this at some point, but I don't know when I'm gonna do it. But if the price skyrockets at some point and I don't get to this game and it's still sealed, I may just sell it, because I bought it for retail, and I don't know if it's gonna be restocked. If it is, I'll just open it. I'm gonna enjoy playing it. If not, then I take my profits and buy another copy of this game much later on when it's not that expensive. At least that's how I see things. But I do have it on me right now. This is the latest Dragon Quest game that came out on the Switch. And I would say it looks pretty interesting. It's kind of like the Joker series, if I'm not mistaken, where you train monsters and all that stuff too. So yeah, getting back to Chrono Trigger, Akira Toriyama made this masterpiece. Came on the Super Nintendo, later on now on the DS, and I heard that there's gonna be a complete remake for modern consoles as well. If that's true, I'm like, dang, I'm looking forward to it. But I wonder how future games for Dragon Ball, Dragon Quest, and Chrono Trigger, and plus anything else he made like Dr. Slump, Blue Dragon, and several others I don't remember right now. Oh yeah, Sandland. A lot of these creations that he made, honestly, yeah, they're very interesting. Like, he definitely had the passion to make all these projects. If it weren't for him, we wouldn't see anime the same way, because a lot of the animes that we enjoy today, like One Piece, Naruto, Bleach, Demon Slayer, My Hero Academia, all that stuff, I believe at some point in time they were kind of inspired by Dragon Ball Z, by Akira Toriyama's original work, because that's where Shonen came from. That's where I got introduced to anime. I got introduced to anime with Toonami, and Toonami, what were they airing? They were airing Dragon Ball Z, and I was hooked on that series ever since I was a child. And now that I'm 36 years old, and just recently Akira Toriyama passed away, I was really literally shocked. So I wanted to show off this game collection, and here's the entire overview of the whole collection of games that I have that were made by Akira Toriyama, by his team. And you could tell that he was very passionate with his work. He loved his job. He was a very secretive man. So there was a lot of things we didn't know outside of his creations and stuff. So it's pretty interesting, like how he changed many of our lives for the better. Like, he brought a lot of us together with a lot of these series and fan bases and stuff. It's gonna be just as crazy whenever the creator of One Piece actually passes away, because that's after Dragon Ball. As a matter of fact, One Piece is a little bit up there than Dragon Ball to me now. But if it weren't for Dragon Ball, there wouldn't be no One Piece, let's be honest. They collaborated a lot together in many ways. They have a lot in common. And I wouldn't have been able to enjoy One Piece as I do now if it weren't for Dragon Ball, Akira Toriyama creating them, inspiring Ichiro Oda and every other mangakas out there. With a lot of the shonens out there, a lot of them were inspired by Dragon Ball. Like, almost everyone in the world knows about the Dragon Ball franchise. So what was your experience with Dragon Ball, with all other works that were created by Akira Toriyama? If you like Chrono Trigger or Dragon Quest or Blue Dragon or anything like that, comment below your thoughts. What games you enjoyed from the Dragon Ball franchise. Are you going to be collecting these games now? Because now future works for Dragon Ball will not be touched by Akira Toriyama. Sure, there's going to be a team behind them that are passionate, that wants to continue their legacy. And I really support that they're going to continue their legacy. But anything that was made by Akira Toriyama is going to be more valuable now. So if you're looking for a certain piece of entertainment that was made by him, I have a feeling, and you heard it from me first most likely, that they're going to be in high demand. Because a lot of people were inspired by this man. So don't be surprised if any of these games in the future goes up in value by crazy. So maybe some of the Dragon Ball games will be cheap because, you know, they're pretty common. But some of the rarer stuff, like Chrono Trigger, if the remake, like God forbid, I hope that they continue with this remake of Chrono Trigger, because I really want to check it out. But games like this are going to go up in price. The Blue Dragon games, you better look into that. But honestly, I couldn't sell most of these stuff right now. Except for Monsters, because I intended to do so. But every other games in my collection, like, I really enjoy. I do not intend to sell them. I intend to keep them in my personal collection. Dragon Ball has been a big part of my life. Like, I wouldn't like anime the same way without it. Let's just put it that way. Introduced me to anime. Akira Toriyama, rest in peace. I hope that your family continues to do well and prosper. That your legacy continues. And may God bless your family. I'll see you all in the next time. Good luck with the collecting. If you want to look out for all the Dragon Ball stuff out there that you want to collect for in honor of Akira Toriyama, good luck with that. May you be able to find the games you're looking for. And I'll see you all in the next time. Be sure to like and subscribe if you find this interesting. And I left some links in the description below for more information on this stuff. So I'll see you all the next time. Magbo Gaming out. Bye bye. If you enjoyed this video, check out my other related videos here as well. I also have a Discord server you can join for the video game collecting community, and an Instagram you can follow as well. I even got some merch you may want to check out, my TeePublic link below. Hope to see you again soon.